In this session, we will be learning about the sine, cos and trigonometric ratios. In hierdie sessie leer ons oor die sinus, cosinus en tan verhoudings in trig. Trig gebruik slegs gelykvormige driehoeke, similar triangles. Hulle is gelykvormig indien hulle ooreenkomstige hoeke gelyk is. Nou kom ons kyk na ons prentjie hieronder. 90, 90, 90. 60, 60, 60. 30, 30, 30. So the corresponding angles are equal. You can clearly see that the sides are not equal, and that's where trigonometry comes in and where we can make interesting calculations. For the first calculations, we're going to put Emmett on the 60 degrees. And I'm going to ask you to take your calculator and every time divide the opposite side through the hypotenuse. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. In Afrikaans, teenoorstaande gedeel deur skuins. Nou kom ons kyk net gou na sy arms. Soos jy kan sien, een arm raak aan die skuinsy want hy staan by die 60 en die ander een raak aan BC, dit is sy aanliggende sy. Met ander woorde, 4,33 is die teenoorstaande sy. Pause gou die video, dan deel jy elke keer teenoorstaand deur skuins. Dan skryf jy vir Emmett, teenoorstaand deur skuins. Skryf vir Emmett, teenoorstaand deur skuins. Wanneer jy dit gedoen het, kry jy elke keer presies dieselfde verhouding, 0.866. So when you divide opposite through the hypotenuse, you get what we call the sine of the angle, die sinus van die hoek. Die hoek in hierdie geval was 60 grade, ons skryf dit as the sine of 60 equals 0.866. Wat is die sin van 30? Net so vinnig. Remember, you can move in the triangle, ne? Let's move over here to the 30 degrees. Now the opposite is at 4 and the hypotenuse is still at 8. Now 4 divided by 8 is a half. 2 divided by 4, a half. 2.5 divided by 5, a half. Each of them will give the ratio of a half, even though the sizes of the triangles differ. The second ratio is called cosine. Cosine, cos. Cosine is when you divide the adjacent by the hypotenuse. Cosine of cos is wanneer jy die aangrensend deel deur skuins. Cosine aangrensend deel deur skuins. Now hopefully you saw that this one also creates a half. Look there. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Which is interesting because it means that the sine of 30 is equal to the cos of 60. The sine of 30 is equal to the cos of 60. That is something for a later stage. So to sum up, when we divide adjacent by hypotenuse, we get cosine of cos in Afrikaans, aanliggend gedeel deur skuins. And then the third one is called the tangent, or tangents in Afrikaans, tan in English. And this is opposite divided by adjacent. Teenoorstaand gedeel deur aangrensend. Ons gaan kyk net gou op die prentjie. In this case, you don't use the hypotenuse. Teenoorstaand, aangrensend. Teenoorstaand, aangrensend. What if we do this? Teenoorstaand, aangrensend. So with tan, you never use the hypotenuse. And it gives you a ratio greater than 1 in this case. Tan of 60 is 1,732. In your Mind Action Series textbook on page 65, you have a summary of the 3 trigonometric ratios.